Surf's starting to get pretty fun. We've got a big hurricane swell that started filling in this morning and is going to get better and better as we go later into the week. I'm really excited. When I got out of the water today, I tried putting the drone in the air, but there was this like crazy fog that started coming in like right as we were getting out of the water, so the footage didn't really come out great, but I gave it a try. After surfing this morning, I went over and hung out with my grandfather for a little while, and we built this new desk setup thing here. I'm really happy with the result. I think it turned out really well. Definitely better than that prototype that I showed you guys from a couple videos ago. We decided instead of putting the 2x4 support in the middle of my legs, we decided to put it here and just kind of attach it and rest it on top of the bed support, which is always there anyways. This thing is really sturdy. It rests on the actual armrest of the Element here on the right side. And then in the back, we cut it so that it fits perfectly with the trim of the Element, and it rests in there very snugly, so it's really not going to move at all. These screws here just pop right out, and then I can remove the side support and then take it down in a couple of seconds and just stow it away in the back. As I'm testing this thing out now for the first time, I cannot believe how sturdy it is. I thought that I was going to need to use Velcro or something to kind of keep it in place so it's not moving around, but this thing isn't moving at all. The weight is perfect. With the weight of the laptop on there, I think it's going to work out really well. So I realized the other day that it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since I did my last Tuesday Q&A. And I figure what better way to really test out this new desk setup here than by doing a Q&A in the front seat. Works the same way as always. Post your questions below and then I'll answer them in the next Tuesday Q&A video, whenever that'll be. Daniel Miller, hey Nate, I hope you're doing well. I was wondering where you get your cooking ideas. I have a portable stove that I'm planning to use on my construction job site for lunch breaks. Do you have any ideas for me? That's a good question. I'm not really like a cooking expert or anything like that, so I really don't know for sure. For me, I basically just try to keep things simple. I don't really get my ideas from anywhere. I'll just usually be like walking around the store and I'll pick a few things out that are pretty cheap. I'll try to keep it under a certain price point, usually like 10 bucks or so. Get a bunch of things and just kind of throw it together. I don't know, what have I done in the past? I've done like fried rice a lot of times. It's really easy. You know, you make some rice and you fry it up. I don't know if you'd have enough time to do that on a lunch break necessarily, but that's something that I've done quite a few times before. The falafel thing that I made with Antine the other day was really good with pita and hummus. That was super easy because you already have the hummus and the pita. You just heat up the falafel with some vegetables and it's good to go. That was really good, really easy to do, but like I said, I'm not really much of an expert, and I basically just walk around the store and pick a few things out at the store and just kind of throw it together and hope it works out. Next one's from Ryan Fleming. I don't know if you've gone over this recently, but I know that you said in the past that your family was not supporting of your lifestyle, but now that you're visiting them, are they more accepting of it now, or are they still very unsupportive? If they've changed their opinion, what made them change it? Hashtag Tuesday Q&A. Oh, we got a hashtag going. That's awesome. Yeah, so in terms of that, I am visiting them now. Obviously, I'm parked in their driveway right now as I shoot this video here, but they're definitely more accepting of it, definitely. I wouldn't say that they're completely in support of it. I think they'd probably rather see me do something else. They'd think that that was safer and better for me long term. I don't know, but they also are accepting of the fact that it is what I've chosen. It's the lifestyle that I've chosen to, to pursue, at least for now and for probably for a long while. So it's just part part of who I am, and I think that they definitely are more accepting of that. They realize that now, and they get it a little bit more. But that took a long time for us to get to that point, and like I said, they're still not completely supportive of it. I think they think that there's probably better options out there for me, but I guess it is what it is. Dennis Holmes, hey Nate, I love your channel. As an amateur filmmaker, I am glad that you are taking the video aspect of van life seriously. They're looking good. Thank you. I will be joining the van life hopefully in April or May of next year. Right on. My question is, what kind of solar or battery power will I need to power my PC on the road? It's a 750 watt PSU. I assume 1,000 watts for PC and other appliances, but I'm fuzzy on the whole power supply. That's an interesting question. Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult for me to answer that. For me, a big reason why I went with this little laptop here, it's a 13-inch laptop, is because it doesn't really use a lot of power. I can get away with it. I can run the battery for a few hours and I can edit in here. And then a lot of the time what I would do is just go into Starbucks, plug in there, render in there, and then upload in there as well, use the internet in there, which is free Wi-Fi, and then go from there. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say. That's a huge power consumption. Like, I'm not even remotely close to that. I think when I plug my 12-volt charger in, it'll only pull like 5 amps or so at 12 volts. We're talking like 70-something watts at 12 volts or whatever that is. So really not too much power supply that I need to keep this thing going. And I really, even so, rarely power it through my deep cycle battery back there. It's only 35 amp hours. It's not really enough to handle that sort of a demand. When I upgrade to 100 amp hours at some point, hopefully in the near future, it'll be a lot easier to do that. But for you, you're looking at running a lot, a much bigger power supply, so it's really difficult for me to say exactly, but I would say at least 100 amp hour deep cycle battery, and then at least 200 watts of solar to get you going. Next one's from Predator670. Where do you get the music for your videos, and aren't you worried about copyright material music? That's a good question. That's probably one of the more difficult things about vlogging, is finding music that you can use that isn't copyrighted, that still kind of fits the vibe of the video that I'm trying to produce and things like that. I definitely spend a lot of time trying to pick out music and trying to find things that I can use for the future. Sometimes I have to repeat songs and stuff because there's just not that much royalty-free music out there, and it takes a long time to find things. So, but yeah, I mean, I stick primarily to royalty-free music, so I don't have to worry about copyright or anything like that because it's licensed under Creative Commons and you're able to use it. You just got to search online. I use SoundCloud and all these different things to try to find artists that are willing to let you use their music. Sometimes I have to pay like $1 or $2 to get the license for the song and use it in a video, but for the most part they're free and they're easy to use. It takes a long time to find them sometimes. It definitely takes a little bit of effort. Daniel Owes, how do you make money while on the road? Is it just YouTube? No, it's definitely not just YouTube. I wish it was. Maybe at some point in the future it will be, but even to this day it still is not. It just simply can't be just YouTube. I do some freelance work online though. I'll do like digital marketing and search engine optimization, some web design and things like that for clients. I also do some video editing freelance occasionally, and then I'll pick up seasonal jobs. When I get back to New Orleans, I'm gonna probably need to find some kind of seasonal job to help supplement income and not only just get by, but also to be able to save more for the future. Ames Nina, so my question is, when I sleep, I snore. I want to know if it would be possible for me to live in a van or a car while having this issue. That's a question that I get a lot. I'm pretty sure I've answered it in other Q&As before, but I do find it pretty funny. I don't think that it would be much of an issue. I'm pretty sure that everybody snores a little bit when they sleep. I definitely do if I'm stuffed up at least, and I've never really had any problems. I pretty much usually sleep with the windows up anyways, or just barely cracked, so it's pretty hard to hear snoring from the outside. Unless you're like snoring really, really loud, I don't think it would be an issue. P.S. Love your channel. Just recently found you've been watching as many episodes a day as I can. Right on. Thank you. J-Dog, love your channel, Nate. How many miles does the Element have on it now? I think it's 148,000 or so, 147,000. So it's getting up there. Now that you've been living in it full time. Any plans to travel to Alaska or Mexico? No Mexico, at least not for a while. Definitely not in the cards, but Alaska is in the cards, hopefully for next summer. Not really 100% sure yet. It depends how things work out, but I would love to go up there at least for a little while once the weather starts warming up next year. Thanks for watching, guys. The plan for the rest of the week is to enjoy this hurricane swell, keep spending time with family, because I'm planning to hit the road at some point early next week. Before ending the vlog, I do have one new Patreon pledge to thank, John House. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon team. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.